I have tested leaving it to the Lord, and I have tried having difficult conversations, and I can tell you for sure, negotiating the hell out of every situation is the way to go. Welcome back. I'm Jo. I have on a floral dress, my wristwatch is black and with yellow and brown beads as usual, and my hair is black and it's locked. Karibu sana. What happens when the celebrations to do with Happy International Women's Day and month are over and everything has simmered down and we are back to normal life? We have everyday conversations, and this is a unique skill that I'm going to encourage every young woman, especially a woman in their late 20s going into their 30s, to start harnessing a muscle I believe they're supposed to train every single day until they get it right. The reason why I'm saying that negotiation is important is because every other time that when it comes to career progression, we are given the conversation around negotiating a salary or salary increment, and every other time we are taught about going back and forth when it comes to compensation and remuneration. But what happens to your social life? It is these ages where we are making decisions to do with relationships that are going to lead to long-term partnerships. How are we navigating these relationships? If I were getting into a new relationship right now, and it does not have to lead to a commitment such as the institution of marriage, but I am going to commit my time to someone, therefore I feel like it is important for me to get the best out of the deal. What would I do? I would negotiate every aspect of it, despite that being labeled as difficult because I'm a woman or being called, tactical or whatever. I would negotiate the hell out of it. When it comes to my time, what happens when I'm spending time with you? Is it going to be productive, or am I going to leave there feeling inadequate or having feelings of loneliness despite having spent time with someone? When it comes to time that I'm away from you, how productive am I able to be without someone telling me that I'm not spending enough time with them, or I'm not giving them quality time, or quality time is their love language? I respect and appreciate that, but I'm going to negotiate. This is going to be about me. You can negotiate your part, but best believe mine is coming as well. When it comes to finances, I do not believe that before people are married, they should even be intermingling their finances together. A dinner here or there when it comes to, suggestions here or there, I think that's cool. But talking about major purchases like cars or houses or investments, I would not even bother. I would not bother. I definitely would have conversations around money and how that is going to affect us in future, whether we are just seeing each other, we just started seeing each other, or we are going into marriage. I am going to have that conversation for sure. But the fact that you're going to come to me to tell me that you have 500,000 shillings and you need an extra quarter so that you can purchase a plot of land in Ruiru, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. You are telling me that you have a business venture that you are interested in and you want me to co-sign a loan with you, and we've been seeing each other for 2 months and we haven't. No, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. We can talk about how our similarities when it comes to finances and our differences are going to affect each other, but I'm not going to co-sign a car for you, even if I've seen you for 4 years, and I would also not do that. 4 years is a long time. What are we people studying? Anatomy? Absolutely not. When it comes to children, to have or not to have, I would negotiate. If we are having the children, how many children are we going to have? Let us have the lovey-dovey sweet nothing talks. And then after we've decided and now we are done with all that, now let's talk about serious things. I know that circumstances change, but I also know that it helps to have these conversations before, so that you know where you were before and now what you are working with. We have daycare, we have nannies, we have relatives, and also we have people who are staying at home to now take care of their children. One thing that really rubs me the wrong way is how women are put at a disadvantaged situation where we leave everything to the Lord, or we just say that it will take care of itself. We are moving from that. We're moving away from that. And I love it for us. But there are some people who are just still hell-bent on leaving things to fate. Hopefully that will work out. Hopefully. What are you talking about? You know very well that you want to have children. Please, 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 please put yourself in a situation where you now debate or negotiate whether you're going to have a nanny, or your child is going to daycare, or you're staying at home with your child, or you're having a relative over to take care of the child. All of these things have their different complexities, and I think people navigate those things when they get to that situation. But I'm really begging you that before we get to that bridge, prepare yourself and negotiate. What are the pros? What am I losing when I have a relative over, as opposed to when I take my child to daycare? What am I losing when I lose money because I'm now staying at home and taking care of the child, as opposed to having a nanny over? I know we want high value men, and we want to be taken care of by men, and we want provider men, and we love it when men are stepping up and taking care of us. But in real life, CEOs of major corporations are having to choose between taking their children to daycare or having their mothers over. That is just the life of a woman. That is the price of motherhood. That is the tax you pay because you're simply a woman. So you saying that, oh, I'm going to get married to a wealthy or affluent man and he's going to take care of that. Just know that when you assume, they also assume. So negotiate everything. You don't have to negotiate this even with your partner. Negotiate with yourself. Are you willing to accept the pay cut when you stay at home and take care of your child for 3 years, as opposed to having a relative over and now someone is in your personal space? What is worse? Being able to afford a bigger space, or not having money coming in and being in a vulnerable position because we left everything for fate, and now you are at the mercy of someone who feeds you and has the ability to starve you. I implore everyone to think about this to the last. Dot every I, cross every T. Don't leave anything that, oh, my mother went through this and she came out. Your mother did not tell you everything. Your mother did not tell you everything. Your mother does not remember a Tuesday in 2007. She might remember the season, but she might not remember a Tuesday, a Sunday afternoon in 2008 when it was difficult to bring you up. She might not have just told you that. So, no. There was a discourse and people were having a conversation on whether people should get paid or women should get paid when they stay at home and take care of children. Here is where you see somebody's real character, because people just don't see the penalty that women get when they stay home and take care of children. It is bad enough that we already deal with pink tax, but nobody talks about it's every day. Oh, every other woman on earth is having their menses. It's nothing special. I appreciate that it is not special, but it is happening to me, so it is special. What happens when you are out of the workplace for 5 years because you're dealing with a child who is able differently? Those are the difficult conversations that people need to have. You are not going to get a bouncing baby boy every time. Otherwise, we would not have people with disabilities. What happens is someone paying you when you get pregnant and you're let go of. Is your partner going to pay you? Because best believe there is a common video that goes online that what would you do if your wife was earning $200,000 or $500,000 per year, and you see men doing the yes, I do the cooking, yes, I do the cleaning. You see how much men are willing to leave the workforce for $500,000. You're leaving the workforce for $500? No, I'm not. This is just something that we're supposed to think about. If a man is telling you that they will stay home and cook and clean because you're bringing home 500,000 shillings, let's not even talk about dollars, 500,000 shillings. You see the magnitude of the difference? It's a huge difference. Someone is earning 70,000 and they're telling you they're going to take care of you. And someone is telling you they can only be a stay-at-home dad if you're bringing home 750,000 shillings. Think about it. Think about it. And you see, most women in the setup of the city setup, they are either having a business going on for them, or they are in, these are outliers at least, they have something going on for them, and they say, I could only get pregnant for someone if they were paying me this amount of millions. Of course, that is nice to hear and talk about, but in real life, is someone going to be giving you 20 million just for you to sit down and have their child, take care of the child until they're 5? Are you going to be able to attract that kind of person? Are you able to put yourself in circles where someone is able to pay you that? And are you able to negotiate that at least without feeling the fear of, am I good enough to be able to get this? Think about it. Bruins. I would definitely have a prenuptial agreement. Don't listen to your mother. I am sorry. Come for me. Don't listen to your mother and say that when she's telling you that, are you already preparing for divorce? Half of marriages are going to lead to divorce. If someone tells you that you are getting into this vehicle, and when you get to Ngong Road, there is an accident that is guaranteed to happen, are you going to get onto that vehicle? The chances are very slim. You've just taken off, and the attendant is giving you, the protocol every other time that we don't care to listen to, and they tell you, listen carefully, because right on top of Congo Forest, you're going to crash. You better have your life jackets and understand how this works. Do you think there's anyone who's not going to be listening on how to deploy their life jackets and their parachutes? I don't think so. And the reason why I'm convinced that everyone is going to pay attention and understand how to deploy their life jacket is the same reason why you should not listen to your mother when they tell you that when you're asking for a prenuptial agreement, you're already setting yourself up for divorce. You're not listening to your mother. Don't listen to that man when he tells you that, do you love me enough, because you're asking for a prenuptial agreement. Cecilia, run. And once you're in a position where you maybe cohabited with someone and you tried to gather a few things here or there, even your apartment 10 years from now might not be the same one, that it might not be of the same value. Even if you don't have an apartment, your duvet, anything, Cecilia. Now you've cohabited with someone, you've decided to get married, please get a postnuptial agreement. Do not think that you're going to finesse someone off of their money, their hard-earned money. It takes a lot of work to make money. It takes a lot of work to make money, and people gather skills on the way to make money and how to protect it. Half of the time, me and you are going to be ordinary people who are never going to finesse someone millions of their investments. Getting a prenup puts you in a position of advantage where you know that no one is coming to save you. You know certainly that no one is coming to save you, and if you want retirement assets in old age, you have to work for it. You know that you're not getting out with half of this person's investments or wealth. You're not going to waste time doing dishes when you could be looking for another investment vehicle. You're not going to waste time with things that are not important when you know very well you're not getting out of this place with 50 million. How are you then going to maximize your time? Negotiate how you're going to, because you know very well that in your prenuptial agreement, you say that should this and this happen, you just carry your small bag and go away. Do you want to be the person that after 50 years, someone is living with pondy plots, pondy apartments, and all the bonds, and all the everything, and you're leaving with a suitcase just the way you came? I don't think so. If someone tells you that you're getting onto this bus and when you get to Langata Road, you are going to topple over and there's going to be an accident that is guaranteed that is going to happen, is either you're going to figure out how to navigate that, or you're not getting off of that. You are not getting onto that bus. That is divorce for you. That is divorce for you. I thank God that these are things we can talk about openly. Before you get into them, it is nice to learn from other people's mistakes. I know, it sucks. These things are not unique to us. If people have already gone through them, let their suffering not be in vain. Let's at least learn something from them. If you've seen what has happened to women over and over again, each time you fail to negotiate, like I earlier stated, both of you parties are assuming. Someone is assuming that their way or the highway, you are also assuming that your way or the highway. Do not assume that domestic labor belongs to women and provision and protection belongs to men. And if that is what you have been taught or you have been brought up listening to, then it's time to negotiate with the thought, negotiate with your beliefs. The power of having difficult conversations and having negotiation is easy. The person is bringing their side and you're bringing your side. And oftentimes, if you don't negotiate, someone is winning. Most times when you negotiate, you get a better deal. Someone is still winning, but at least you got a better deal. When people just assume that the role of the man is to provide and protect, you have to negotiate with yourself first and ask yourself, what am I being provided for and what am I being protected from? If you don't negotiate what you need provided and what you need protection from, the person is going to assume that whatever they are offering is enough, because they have been taught or conditioned that they are the helpers or they are the providers and protectors. They are going to provide and protect in the capacity of what they can. So if what they're offering is not enough for you, then that is where negotiation comes in. If you fail to negotiate, I can promise you are always going to get the shorter end of the stick. You verbally agree to owning 50% of the company, you're getting the shorter end of the stick. Pillow talk. The land is ours. You've not seen the title deed, or the title deed is in the partner's name. You're getting the shorter end of the stick. The car. Oh, that's a nice car. It's not in your it's not in your name. You don't even know what a logbook looks like. You are getting the shorter end of the stick. The house is paid for. Cecilia, please, at least know whom you're paying your mortgage to. If you don't know that, and because he is a provider, and I was asking him, I can't raise the mortgage this month, and he was asking me, you're getting the shorter end of the stick. Can we stay without marriage or commitment? And marriage is a certificate. All those celebrations that people are going to do in the village, or you have a party and you have on a white dress, without the certificate, you're not married. You're getting the shorter end of the stick. Having difficult conversations will protect you from heartache. Eventually things happen every day and our hearts broken every other day. It's nothing new. But when you have difficult conversations and you have a foundation in place and you have a blueprint that dictates how things happen, should there be a separation, a heartache, the lows and ups and downs that are not really ups and downs, that puts you at a place where even if the heartache happens, you are better placed. God help you that you lose a loved one and you're not in a healthy state of mind and a healthy state of body, and you did not negotiate your way into this partnership. You're going to be a wreck. Please make it a habit of negotiating with yourself even, and getting the best deal out of it. When you get the best out of the deal with yourself, then now you move forward and negotiate with other people, you are winning. The goal is not to win. The goal is to get the best out of that situation. Sure, 1,500 shillings for a dress, or I can put that 1,500 shillings in a money market fund. I am child free and I still have the 1,500 shillings. Do I go for dinner or do I put this away so that it is able to take care of me in retirement? I'm child free. Should I use my time to maybe do frivolous things, or use that time to learn a skill that is going to give me money, that is going to take care of me when in old age? Again, I can negotiate with myself and say, spending this time with my peers is going to put me in a position where in the future I'm investing in a community that is going to come through for me, because I do not have children of my own whom, and please note that children are not a retirement plan. So whether you have children or not, I think that you should just negotiate with yourself whether these are going to be dividends that are going to now multiply in compound interest and give you money for retirement. So those are the negotiations you have to have with yourself. And me and you are probably going to just be ordinary people. You're going to be having your engineering job and she's going to be a marketing manager somewhere. And I think that's okay. Jane over there is going to run her company. Someone is going to be a founder. And we are going to work every single day. Then someone is going to choose to be a stay-at-home mom who's provided for. All of that is valid. But let us not be of the opinion or of archaic opinion that I'm just going to be somebody's wife and I'm going to finesse them of their money. Negotiate the way out of that kind of mentality. If I'm going to be in an uncomfortable situation in the future, we might as well just marinate in the discomfort right now. And this when it comes to divorce, when it comes to loss of assets because people are separating, when it comes to childcare, when it comes to finances, when it comes to children, things that affect us every day, money, retirement, where you buy your retirement home, whether you want to retire abroad or you want to retire locally, it is all unique to yourself. But if you're going to be in an uncomfortable situation 15, 30 years from now, you might as well just be uncomfortable right now and have the conversation easy. Prenups. It's okay if you think that I'm already preparing for divorce. This is a business. This is a business. If I'm going to be in business for 15 years and fail, I might as well get something out of it. Let me know in the comment section below, what difficult conversation have you had and what has been the outcome of having that conversation as opposed to putting it off? And if you've been in a position where you had the opportunity to have a difficult conversation or negotiate a deal out of something and you put it off either because you were ignorant or did not know that you were supposed to have that conversation, or you were just not confrontational and you decided to just sweep it under the rug, tell me what the consequences have been and how, if you're trying to mend that, cool, and if you're not, how you're navigating that. Lastly, what difficult conversation are you planning to have? See you soon, and please remember to have difficult conversations and eat your fiber, right? A decisive man is an assertive leader. A decisive woman is difficult. A man taking risk is bold. A woman taking risk is reckless. You have my permission to be reckless and difficult. It is your life. As usual, see you soon and use your mouth. Bye.